Hey guys, I hope you guys are well. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you exactly what I've done to make my transition to Ghana as smooth as possible. This video was inspired by a comment I saw on another person's video actually. This video was of a lady who had lived in Ghana for a little bit and she didn't enjoy her time here that much. I mean, there was aspects of it she liked, but then for the most part, she found it challenging to settle here. So she made the choice to move out. And I saw in the comment section, somebody said, you know, YouTubers glamorize Ghana and make it seem like what it's not. And then another person commented saying, example, Jasmine Ama. And I just thought that was funny. So that's what inspired this video. I thought it would make sense for me to share exactly the things that I do to make my life here sustainable, to make my life here exciting, to make my life here work well for me, really. I'm sure people will find it useful, people that are considering living here and people who I guess want to come and explore Ghana at some point in their lives. So yeah, let's get right into it. So before I get into all the other points, this is the primary one, okay? You guys, I believe in God. God has gotten me through from the beginning of me moving to Ghana all the way up until now. So everything else that I say is secondary, but God is above everything else. It's in Him I have confided all the way through. In challenging times, in easy times, it's always been Him. So He is the number one. The other point that I want to make is I live well below my means actually. So my expenses in rent, my expenses in fuel, my expenses in what I eat, my expenses in like going out, my expenses in my lifestyle in general is significantly lower than my income. And I keep it that way for a reason, because that way I'm never short. I never run out of money. That is one of the biggest things that I think people struggle with. When you move to Ghana, there's a lot of places that are available that are quite fancy, you know, East Legon, Cantonment, Laboni. Even in some regular areas, you would still find homes that are quite expensive because it will come with 24/7 electricity, it will come with 24/7 water, it will come with 24/7 security, it will come with all those things. And for that reason, it makes it quite expensive, okay? If you can afford to live in those places, then that's okay. But I prefer to pay significantly less, and then the portion that would have gone towards my rent, I'll invest it in something else. So living below my means has been one of the biggest things that have helped me be able to stay here for this long. Because money is a big part of living here in Ghana, okay? You have to have money. It's not easy to come by money here. So you have to be smart about how you spend your money. And then that way you're never short, okay? Because money is one of the biggest reasons why a lot of people up and leave, because, you know, they may come with a certain amount of savings and then it takes a while for them to build whatever it is they're trying to build. And then in the end, the savings is finished and the new business is not really making money. So you have to live well below your means, especially if you don't have an income yet. That's one big thing. The other thing is, it's very important to consistently find new ways of making money. It's important to diversify your income if you're coming out this way. I think a lot of people that watch me are people that are retiring, you know, people that want to stop doing the whole back and forth, busy 24/7 lifestyle, and they want a calmer life. So if you're somebody who's retiring, then I feel like generally speaking, you probably don't want to work that much, and that's okay. If you're retiring, then you probably have your pension coming in, so you'll be okay. I feel like if you're getting a decent amount of pension, you'll be fine and you probably won't need to work, especially if you're living below your means, like I suggested earlier on. But if you're as young as I am, or even younger, or even like middle age or something like that, and you want to do business, then it's important to diversify your income so that way when one side stops and the money that's coming from that side is not as much, then you're getting money from another side. If you get too comfortable, you get too complacent, then you might have financial issues later on. So these are all, I guess, smart money tips that apply everywhere around the world, but it applies especially out here in Ghana. Even if you want to do full-time work when you're here, I still believe because there's so much ways to make money online and stuff like that, you can still add on stuff that you do online and make some extra money so that you're never short. I really want to hone in on money because that's one of the biggest reasons why people leave. If you're coming here to start a business as well and the business hasn't picked up yet, the business is not making you money yet, how are you going to be making money in the meantime? How are you going to be getting money in the meantime? That's something that's also very important that you think about if you're thinking of making the move here, so that way you're covered on all bases. If you come and it takes 5 years for the business to start making a profit, then in the meantime, you had already planned for that. So you already have money coming in. The next reason why I feel like settling into Ghana has been easy for me is the fact that I had all my affairs in order before I left. I didn't have any debts, any student loans, none of that. I had paid all of that off before I moved here. So I didn't owe anybody money. Currently, all I pay is taxes and that's it. And also not having, big obligations like children and those type of things, that all plays into it as well. So that's why I'm able to live the way I live, because my financial responsibilities are limited to taxes and then daily expenses. And I don't even go out that much, okay, guys? So that's also another reason why I feel like I'm able to save a lot of my money. And it might seem like I'm living this glamorous life on YouTube. I'm not. I'm living a very regular life, very simple life. I live very, very well, but at the same time, it's not glamorous. So I hope these tips are helping so far. The other thing that I feel like is important to know is learning and researching about Ghana never stops. You know how you guys will do a lot of research, come online, check different things about Ghana when it comes to like maybe places to stay in, how things operate around here, all those type of things. I feel like it's not something that you do while you're there and that's it. Once you move here, you have to continue. Remember, it's a never ending learning process. It's not the same as being there and watching online what people are doing and stuff like that is a portion of the learning process. But once you're here, it doesn't mean that you have everything figured out based on just the videos you've seen. Now that you're on ground, you have to be aware that you have to continue that learning process and unlearn some of the things that you think you know already. Once you come here and you realize how Ghanaians operate, once you come here and you realize how people are in general, you have to adapt to the new people that you move to join, to live with. You can't maintain the same attitudes that you had over in wherever, Australia, America, UK, whatever, and then want to have that same sort of attitude here. It just doesn't work. The other day I was on a podcast with some people and we were having a discussion around something like this, and I said to them, in Ghana, sometimes you have to learn to ignore. If you take everything seriously, you're always going to be stressed, you're always going to be worried, you're always going to be like, I hate this place and da 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 da. Sometimes it's okay. Ghanaians have this attitude, enyeshe. You have to learn to adapt to that attitude as well. In some cases, it's not necessarily helpful, but in some cases it is. So those are the type of things that I mean when I say that when you come here, you have to just keep learning, keep embracing the new things that are coming your way. Otherwise, you're just always going to be worried. Why isn't that done? Why is this person like this? Why is that person like that? That's just how it is. So you have to adapt. It's not the system that will change. You change and then everything will work out fine for you. One of the biggest things as well that I have found that I feel like I have spoken about in other videos as well is I feel like being able to live here is more of a mind thing than anything else. You have to make up your mind that this is where you want to live and you know your reasons why you want to live here. So no matter the hurdles that will come your way, this is it. You don't have any other choice to go anywhere else. This is where you want to be, so you're going to make it work. When you do this, I feel like every challenge seems like, it just feels like it's just a part of the journey. By tomorrow, you've forgotten about it and you're moving on to the next thing. But if you're worried about every single thing and every little thing, you're like, maybe I should go back. Maybe I'm considering going back. Maybe next year I should go back. Then you can never stay, because you always feel like you have an option, which you do. But then I feel like if you're determined to live here, once you make up your mind, you can do it. People that have been able to live here for however number of years haven't had it any easier than the people that are leaving. The only difference is they had made up their mind that they wanted to make it work, and the others were not sure. There was some uncertainty there, and that's why they left. That's what it comes down to. This is my personal opinion. You guys, this is a very heart-to-heart conversation. I hope I'm still making my points valid. Even when I'm having these type of conversations with you guys, I still want you guys to find value in my video, and I still want my video to be informative for you guys. So I hope it is. Another reason why I feel like living here has been a good experience for me as well is I think I developed the habit of like discipline and all those things when I was over in Australia. So I've just carried all that over here. So with my work, I'm really serious, very disciplined about it. There's nothing like it's raining or let's just sleep. There's nothing like that. It's like If I need to get something done, I will get it done. If we have to stay back at the office and get it done, we will get it done. Like, I don't take my work lightly at all. I take it very seriously, and as a result of that, I get the payoff from it. Aside my work ethic and my discipline as well, I've also been blessed with something that I enjoy doing, so it makes it a little bit easier as well. So I feel like if you're going to come all the way to a completely new continent and do all that, you might as well do something that you enjoy. Don't focus too much about what makes money and what doesn't make money. At the end of the day, it comes down to the execution of the thing. That is what is going to bring the income. Whether it's a good idea or not, it doesn't really matter. Just make up your mind that this is what you want to do, this is what you enjoy doing, and then do a little bit of research on it and then get going. Once the passion is there, the drive is there, the determination is there, eventually it'll work out. Even when you live abroad, it's never a walk in the park. So it's going to be the same thing over here, but eventually it will happen. Eventually it will get to the level you want it to get to, but you just have to have the right attitude, the right mindset, and then everything will work. The other thing that I have found to be really important as well is whatever you give is what you will get. I feel like this is not just a Ghana thing, it's a worldwide thing, you know. If you are kind to people, if you're loving to people, if you're honest with people, if you do all those things, you're guaranteed that same energy will come back to you. It doesn't mean that you might not have instances where someone tries to cheat you and all that. Definitely it will happen. But then once the good ones start happening, it makes you forget about all the things that have happened that weren't so good. You know what I mean? So I feel like be focused on doing the right thing as well once you're here. And eventually you will get to the right people that will give you that same energy back. I've met people through work that will go above and beyond for me. And like, I don't know these people from anywhere. They're not my relatives, nothing. But that doesn't mean I haven't been cheated before. That doesn't mean people haven't done mean things to me before. They've done it. But now it doesn't matter because I'm at a place where I've met so many good people that what happened before has become completely irrelevant. That's also part of why I've been able to stay up until this point. My last two things is every year I take a trip to just regroup. Like, I'll go somewhere that's like completely outside of Africa. I recently went to Japan just to like enjoy convenience for a little bit. That really helps. It makes a big difference. If you've grown up overseas where everything is convenient, comfortable and stuff like that, after being in Ghana for a while, you get tired. So it's nice to be able to go away for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever. And that all this aligns with your income. This is not automatic. If you're doing everything else that I said, eventually you get to the point where you're making enough to be able to travel every now and again and then just regroup and come back. That has really helped me. And finally, you need to form a group of people that are like family to you. That was one beneficial thing that I had because both my parents are Ghanaian. I've lived in Ghana before and all that. That played a big part for me. Even though I didn't have friends when I moved, I had my family. So just having cousins and my grandmother, may her soul rest in peace, her and other people that I could go to whenever I was feeling alone and stuff like that made a significant difference. I'm not exactly a social butterfly. Like, I don't have many people in my circle or anything like that. But just having them made a difference. So every time I'm at home and I'm bored and I really feel like I need to get out, I can just drive over and just hang around and then feel okay. So for people that are moving here that don't have that advantage, it's important to put a lot of effort into forming that group of people, and that would also make your transition a lot smoother. Okay guys, I feel like I've been talking for forever, but I hope this was useful for you guys, and this is an answer to that comment that I saw as well. There was actually a subscriber of mine that came and responded to that comment and was really kind, said that, you know, like, I've been watching Jasmine from when she moved and I've seen the growth and all these things. Don't assume that. She's shown the hardships about Ghana and she's now showing her current lifestyle. She's worked hard to get there, and I feel like that is actually really true. But either way, I hope this video has been useful for you guys. If it has, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Share it with a friend who is thinking about living here. Let them know they need these to survive here. I guess I'll see you in my next one. Don't forget to follow your bliss. So now life is short. Follow your bliss. Na nipa ye den. Follow your bliss. Na di ebesibia ye, and follow your bliss. Na den ne mada. Take care, guys. I will see you in the next one. Bye.